Hi children, good afternoon. Already we started about sense organs. So two videos we have completed. This is the third video lesson, that is functioning of the eye. Previously we have seen structure of the eye, isn't it? Now we are going to see how the eye will function to get the image through the retina. Okay, here some lenses are there. Just go through this one. It is not compulsory. Just to understand the how the short sight and long sight we can rectify. Okay, what type of the how the image will form when the person is having short sighted person or long sighted distance person. Okay, some people can see only near vision and some people can see only the long distance vision. Okay, now we can see here the visual sensation. I think you know that our camera is prepared after seeing the eye functioning itself. You know it, isn't it? So how the camera work and how the images will form in camera, that is exactly like what in the eye itself. So now you can see here, you can prepare this one also, camera, pinhole camera you are saying. So you can prepare yourself, okay, as a project work. Now you see this subject image on tracing paper. This is pinhole camera. There is a pinhole, and to this hole, the subject, that means any person or whatever it may be, the image will form inside the camera. So light rays will pass on, and here, because of the light rays, there is a reflection of rays will take place. So the image will form upside down. Okay, the image will form upside down, and also the image size is also very small when compared to normal image. Okay, that is the property of image which will form inside the retina also. So like camera, the eye gathers light through a convex lens. You have seen the structure of the eye, isn't it? There is a lens in the eye. So first, the light rays will enter through the cornea, the outer layer, and then to lens. The lens are fixed with what? Suspensory ligaments. You have seen that. So where the light rays, when focus, they will go through the cornea and then fall on where? On the lens. And from the lens, then it will pass on to the retina. The retina is which layer? Third layer of the eye, isn't it? So that retina consists of photoreceptors. Those are rods and cones. We can see next that one. Okay, the lens turns the image left to right and upside down. So it shows the mirror image, like left side is a right side appears, right side appears as a left side. And also upside down. And this visual reversal may have influenced the very structure of the brain. So this image, after forming this type of image, then the optic nerves will take the image version to the brain, and the brain interpret the image so that it make it into in what? In proper way. It fixed the picture in proper way so that we can see the image in exactly how it is, like that. That means what? Brain is taking part to show to make the activity of proper image. Understood? Now, thus most information from the sense organs crosses over to the opposite side of the brain. Then in the retina, what will happen? The light sensitive layer of cells, where the light sensitive layers are present in the retina, those are called as the photoreceptors. Okay, that acts much like the light sensitive chip in a digital camera. So those photoreceptors act as a chip which we are using in the camera. Okay, as with the camera, things can go wrong The same here, the lenses of those who are nearsighted focus images short of the retina. In those who are farsighted, the focal point extends behind the retina. So nearsight is this short on the retina, in front of retina, and farsighted is it is behind the retina. So either way, images are not sharp without corrective lenses. So if you are having far sight or near sight, then there is a need of correction. Far sight means behind the retina the image will form. Near sight means in front of retina it will form, but not on retina. That is what sometimes it may go wrong because of what? Our age, or because of accidents or something, because of diet. So all this make to get a wrong image on retina. According to that formation of the image on retina, then we are saying it is a far sight or near sight. So that should be corrected with the help of what? Some lenses which we have to use. Convex lens or concave lens. Okay. And the real work in the retina is performed by light sensitive cells, which are called as a photoreceptors. Already we told that one. So these photoreceptors are two types. What are the two types of photoreceptors? Rods and cones. Can you say rods are very pale color, cones are a little bit colored pigments. So here, when you go through the two types of cells, first rods, if you go for the rods, how many rods are present? 125 million rods containing in the pigment rhodopsin. The rods, the pigment consists of what? Rhodopsin. And these rods are important to see what during the night time. That means in the dark. In the dark also we can see some images. It's a visible. But the thing is what? We can't see a clear picture. We can see the image. We can see the framework, but not the colors and all these things. So rods are important for forming a normal picture during the dark time also. That means in low intensities of light. Intensity of light is very low, but still we can see the picture. And if you go for this rhodopsin is important, the pigment which break down when there is a image formation. So because of the breakdown of this rhodopsin, then we can see the picture. Okay. Whereas if you see the cells and tissues in the eye, that is a second type. That is cones. Okay. There are the cones. And these cones are important for color vision. How many are having here in our eyes? 7 million cones. So rods are 125 million. Whereas cones are how many? Only 7 million cones. The number of cones are less. And they containing a pigment is called as a iodopsin. This is rhodopsin and this is called as a iodopsin. And when the light is focused, then what will happen? This iodopsin break down and then helpful to form the picture on retina. That is also color picture. So each cone is specialized to detect the light waves. We sense either as blue, red, or yellow color. And then these colors will get deviated and form different what? Shades also. Okay, different shades. Primary colors, secondary colors. Primary colors are these and secondary colors means from there the shades are formed. So all these color image is depending upon what? Absorption of wavelength. According to wavelength absorption, then we can see different colors what we have in the image. Okay. The cones concentrate most in the very center of retina. So one part, there are number of cones are more. That part is called as what? Fovea. Okay, fovea is having a sharpest vision where we can get proper color pictures. That means images. Okay, so if you see this structure of rod and cone, can you see rods are a little bit larger in size and cones are, when compared to rods, is small. And here there is a outer segment and inner segment and synaptic ending. Synaptic ending means which can collect the information. And for rods, there is a connecting cilium and then mitochondria, both having the mitochondria. Why? Because mitochondria is important for getting energy to do the work. Nucleus is present and the axon, already you know that, to transmit the messages. So both are having the axons. But the thing is here, the outer segment is a little bit longer when compared to where cones. Both the parts are similar, but the size is a little bit different. So here outer segment is long, but here outer segment is less, and they are having the discs also. Okay. So this is the difference of the what? Rod and cones. So there are other types of cells also there in the retina, which don't respond directly to light. That means like cones and rods, they won't show any direct reflection activity of the light. But they also indirectly will show their activity. And what they do, they collect all the impulses from the photoreceptors like rods and cones and shuttling them onto the nerve cells. And then they will make them to set on the nerve cells so that the optic nerve, which collect the information and then will pass on to the brain. For that purpose, the other type of the pigments also will helpful, but they won't interpret. That means it won't directly enter in the activity of the absorption of light. Okay, presence of some other receptor cells. Those are sensitive to edges and boundaries of objects. And those that respond to light and shadow and motion in the retina have also been reported recently. That means what? Some other the pigments which are rather than these rods and cones, what they do, how they help to that image formation. They make the edges of the images, the boundaries of the objects, and these will show a proper shadow of those things and the motion. Then the picture is moving, so that activity is also properly reported to the brain so that we can see the motion pictures. And bundled together, the nerve cells make up the optic nerve. You know that optic nerve which carries the message from eyes to brain, and which transport the visual information from the eye to the brain. Each of the eye collects slightly different view of an object. Okay, each eye collected different view, and the brain puts the two views together, and a three picture is formed. So, right eye, left eye, they will collect the images from the one object. Their images activity is different, and then both these will send the message to the brain by means of optic nerves. And in the brain, what will happen? The third image formed basing on this two images which carried by means of a optic nerves. Okay, and there is a small area of the retina in each eye where the optic nerve exists. So that part is called as what? Blind spot. There is no photoreceptors from where the optic nerve will start from the eye. So that is called as what? Blind spot. Already you have seen the structure of the eye. Okay. So go for these the structures what we have seen already. Okay. Go through the structure and then see the various functions of these particular parts of the eye. Okay, take care, bye, do the evaluation nicely. Okay.